Welcome to day number 2 of trying to fill up a 9x12 postcard. And my name is Jose Morales, for those of you that don't know me, and I'm in the 9x12 postcard business. And in my videos, I share the struggles that I'm having and the wins that I'm having. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So I'm going to continue to put some more people into my database. So I have a magazine here. So I'm going through the magazine, looking at the people that are already investing marketing dollars into their business and looking them up on Facebook. So I'm going to Facebook instead of going to their website. So that way I can quick, a little bit faster, be able to grab their email address, phone number, hopefully they have their email address. So far, I have come across that the majority of the businesses do have an email address on there. So this is why I just go straight to the Facebook. All right, so took a quick break, ate some lunch. So now I'm just gonna go for a little walk just to burn some of those carbs off. Didn't have a high carb meal, but those little carbs that I did eat, want to make sure that I burned through those. Fired off some of those emails. Now, one of the things to note, and I don't remember if I talked about this on day 1, but with the emails, there is an extension that you can put onto your email to see if people have opened up those emails. And it comes in handy because if you're noticing that people are not opening those emails, then it just gives you an opportunity to either call them or go visit them. The other thing as well is that there's a possibility that it's going into their spam. When I'm sending off these emails, I have the sent folder open. That way, as I'm creating the emails that I'm going to be firing off, I can see on the emails to see if it shows that they are being opened or not. And typically they get opened pretty quick. I would say between 1 to 5 minutes. I tend to see the little sign pop up, or not the sign, but it'll say like 1 if they opened it 1 time, and if they opened it up 2 times, they'll have a number 2, and so on. And it's, and sometimes I see some of these emails where there's like 6, 7. They've opened it 6 or 7 times and you haven't gotten a response. So then I follow up with those as well. Now, if you're watching this, you might be thinking, why do you guys sit there and create this database and send off emails? Why don't you just go visit these places? Or why don't you just pick up the phone and call them? For me, I started off mainly visiting businesses. I would fire off a couple emails here and there, but my main source was just going to strip malls, right? Strip centers, and I would sit there and go into these businesses. So that's the way that I was doing it. As far as phone calls goes, I've only done just like a couple. That is a piece that I am going to buckle down and start doing. Why am I not doing it right now? Is as basically what the way that I'm looking at it is, by firing off these emails, I'm kind of warming people up. That way, when I call them, it's not cold, and maybe they won't connect it right away that I had sent an email, but that's fine. For me, I just want to make sure that I'm just not doing a cold phone call. Just think of it as warming it up a little bit. But if you decide to jump into this 9x12 method, or you're currently doing it, you don't have to do it the way that I'm doing it. Everyone is doing it in their own way. And I would say there is no right or wrong way. Everyone is having success in each method. You just have to find a method that, that's going to be successful for you. For me right now, I would say sending off the emails, I haven't had like a huge success with that, but I'm not going to stop yet, because it's one of those things where it's so easy just to stop, right? And then move on to the next shiny object. And this is why first I was tackling, almost fell right there. So this is why mainly I was tackling in-person visits. I started off with that first, going off and doing that. And then again, like I said, I was firing off emails here and there, where right now I'm doing a lot more emails, and I've slowed down on visiting businesses. And I am going to hit the pound the pavement again, if you will, with visiting businesses. But as far as the emails goes, in the group there was a really good, I can't remember who it was, but they said something about, basically their signature on their email was the email that they were going to be firing off. In the community, there's a template that you can just copy and paste, and then that's going to be the email that you send off. When I saw that, I was like, hey, that's a great idea, because instead of trying to copy and paste it, Now when I open up a email, right, to send an email, everything's already in there. And every once in a while, and I made it more generic so that it's broad and not geared towards a specific industry. And depending on how much time I have, or how much, how fast I want to go, or if I want to slow down a little bit and insert the specific industry, then sometimes I do that as well. But for the most part, I just put on there, I think it says something like, I think your business would be a great fit, versus I think your carpet cleaning business would be a good fit. And that's how I'm tackling that piece. Now on the bottom, so in my part of my signature, obviously, is also my website, the link to my Facebook page, my name, obviously, and the phone number. The reason why I have the Facebook page on there and the website basically is, because I want them to click on it. So if they click on it, then what's happening there is that Facebook is then basically putting a pixel on them. And as I'm seeing that people are opening up these emails, and even though they're not responding, if they're clicking on it, then Facebook is going to attribute that they have engaged with my website, they have engaged with my page. And that part is important, because then what I'm going to be able to do as I rack up in people that have engaged with it, because you have to have a big enough audience for you to be able to do this next step. And that step is then being able to create an ad that targets people that have visited your website and people that have engaged with your Facebook page. And that is why I include those two pieces in my email, because I want to make sure that I take that opportunity to tag them, if you will. This way, when I do run those types of ads, I have an audience already built up for that. And I have ran some Facebook ads, and I've gotten some likes on my ads. And since I'm out here right now and there's plenty of sunlight, more sunlight out here, I'm probably gonna sit somewhere and create a video for an ad, and I'll just post it right here for you guys to watch that. I won't be able to record myself doing it because I have my cell phone, but you'll be able to see the actual video. So I'm gonna do that. And actually, I'm gonna find, there's a bench over here, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that. In my head right now, I'm just trying to think of, okay, what's going to be my script that I can do. And a pro tip is you can use a teleprompter. So there are free teleprompter apps that you can put on your phone, and then that way you can just type it out. And when you start recording your video, all the words are going to pop up on the screen, and you're going to be the only person that can see them. What I would say is, even though you're reading it off the screen, it might still take 2 takes, 3 takes, 10 takes, because you want to make sure that it's not coming across as you're reading it, or at least minimize that. And even though you're reading it, you're still going to stumble through your words sometimes. And I find myself having to re-record it maybe like 3 times or so, which is fine. I'm so glad that that technology exists, that there is a teleprompter app that you can put on your phone. So I'm going to go ahead and go over here and sit on this bench right here. Let's see what kind of video I can create. If you're the best kept secret in town, that's not a good thing. You might have the best service, the best food, the best crew, but if locals don't see you, they can't choose you. Visibility isn't just about more marketing, it's about smarter marketing. Here's the shift. Don't put your offer inside an envelope or a magazine with your competitors. Get category exclusive visibility where you are the only one in your space. That's how you go from hidden gem to household name in our city. So go ahead and give me a call at this number to learn more, or how to do this by joining you see what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and try that again. If you're the best kept secret in town, that's not a good thing. You might have the best service, the best food, the best crew, but if locals don't see you, they can't choose you. Visibility isn't just about more marketing, it's about smarter marketing. Here's the shift. Don't put your offer inside an envelope or magazine with your competitors. Get category exclusive visibility where you are the only one in your space. That's how you go from a hidden gem to a household name. Go ahead and give me a call at this number on the screen to learn more on how to do this by joining other trusted and respected local businesses on this giant attention grabbing postcard. As you saw, it took multiple tries for me to be able to get this right, even though I had a teleprompter and I was reading the words right off the screen. And the final version, I'm sure it could use some help, but it's good enough for right now. And I don't know, I might actually redo it, and the only reason for that is because I'm going to make it specific to my area. Because when you run it as an ad, you don't want people guessing, hey, is this like here in my city? Is this a national thing? You don't want to give people the chance for them to be trying to guess it, because that's then is going to eliminate your chances of them actually watching it through. And in today's world, people are lazy, right? For the most part, they're not going to sit there and click on it and try to figure out if you're local there, or if this is, some big, if it's for another city or something like that. So you want to make sure that when you create an ad, whether it's an image ad or whether it is a video ad, that it calls out your area so that people know that it's specifically for them. And after you create that video, then you can go ahead and post it on your Facebook page and at your Instagram page if you have one. You can put it on your personal page. You can put it on the Facebook groups that are in the community, and then also you can run it as an ad. Lunch break is over, so let's go ahead and jump back on the computer, and I'm going to continue to build up that database so I have more emails that I can fire off. For today, I went through this whole magazine. I put everybody's information in my database that I could find, if they had an email address, phone number. The one thing that I did notice on some of these ads was that they would have like a picture and the name of the business, but there would be like no phone number, no website, no address. And that's a real head scratcher to me, because it's like you just paid money to be in this magazine, and now you're hoping that people are going to pick up this magazine. You're hoping that people are going to open up the magazine, right? That they flip through the pages. You're hoping that they come across your ad. And now you're gonna hope that they invest additional time and energy into going online and trying to search for your business to get your information. Now, when you're talking to your clients or prospects, I would highly encourage you to let them know that they need to make sure that they have their contact information, right? So if it's a brick and mortar, that they have their address, have their website, have their phone number. And I would also encourage everyone to put QR codes. And I haven't gotten that far yet, but that's my plan anyways. Especially after seeing some of these ads in here where there's lots of missed opportunity for some of these businesses. I'm going to make sure that the businesses that are on my card don't fall into that trap. And shame on this magazine for the sales representative that had them sign up for it and didn't give them any kind of feedback. They just, to me, the way I take it is that they just took whatever the ad was and they just went with that. They provided no feedback. So for me, I'm saying shame on the magazine, and shame on the sales rep that just took their money and didn't give them any kind of feedback that would benefit them. But anyhow, that's what I have for today. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up and then basically just continue the grind.